Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Pachow. We are live with today's episode of Tales Does Tales, where we hear Tales of Initiative play through Tales from the Alien Portal with an Eldritch Twist. I am your GM, Matt, and I am so pleased to be telling this tale with our delightfully daring and frighteningly fantastic cast of sleepy players. Bun, Haley, Danny, Raz, and Marks.
I don't know what you're talking about. I drank a Monster like 3 hours ago, and it's just now kicking in because that's how my metabolism works.
What was their name?
I am so
Jorge.
Guava. Their name was Guava.
I hate me for that joke. I hate me for that joke.
I don't know if I hate me or not for playing along.
You know what?
Dad jokester.
The spicy
I got
joke.
Milo the other day.
Welcome to your life after daylight savings, everybody.
Yeah. We've saved some daylight, we've put it in a bottle, and now we're gonna throw it like a Molotov cocktail through the windows of every senator that hasn't fucking fixed this shit yet. Just so, I hate. Just
Would you say that you
I have my own in a
pocket full
month.
of sunshine?
Exciting.
I do have a
Private daylight savings.
private daylight savings. I do have a pocket
Just
full
for
of sunshine.
Just for me and Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for you guys because you're special. You're special Australians.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
we love you.
Haley and Taylor have to deal with this shit twice. They've got it to sync up with us and then to go back to wherever they need to be when theirs happens. It's just absolute madness. And thank you for putting up with it, for being troopers.
Yeah,
We love
you
it.
guys are wonderful.
We love you. We're glad that you're here. We're glad that you're here, faithful audience, teeming masses in the background of existence. I need to turn on firebots so that y'all can thin that veil because spooky things have been happening. Real quick, just hitting the highlights. We got sponsors. We got Sponers, Sea Galley. I'm wearing one of them. You should check out, oh, that's the special spawner, sorry. I mean, go check out the Beckoning Dream if you want to, but there's our normal sponsors. I'm wearing one of them. I'm wearing Into the AM right here, Papiao. I got my cool, creepy astronaut facing the teeming tentacly void. So that's all fun. You should go check out Raven and Riddle for custom-made, awesome, handmade resin D20s that are super shiny and sharp.
Cheese?
It's
Yes,
actually, so this is a, you know, in those like Dice Maker ASMR videos where they're putting the tape on and like peeling off all of like the extra resin bits. So Sam, if you remember Daya, Sam, the amazing Sam, that is the wonderful person that's behind Raven and Riddle, they put like the layers of extra resin from several different dice pours that were all like the right color scheme for me into a single chunky D20. And so that is what this is. And it has glow in the dark numbers. Very fun.
Excellent.
Oh, excellent. So you'll be able to still play with us when your power goes out.
Exactly.
He can still TPK us even if his power is out.
You can't, Thor cannot stop my ability to crush your spirits. But yeah, it's got
Don't bring
dark and-
Thor into this.
dark and spoopiness on the one, and gold bright sunshininess on the Raven 20.
Yeah, but
Now
the
let's see
gods
how
will.
high it rolls.
The gods will not let us hear it, which will be great.
Yeah,
So no matter what, you'll just be rolling on your own.
I'll just play with myself, and I'll let you know how it goes later.
Okay.
Is that the After Hours OnlyFans edition?
We love it.
Speaking of, you can get on our Patreon right now.
And vote on things.
And you can go vote on what you want us to do for Tales of Misadventure. We've got 2 polls for Tales of Misadventure up. One, what you would like the system to be. So Call of Cthulhu, The Beckoning Dream, Monster of the Week. I'm forgetting the other ones. I think Call of Cthulhu is winning right now. So if you want to make sure that it wins, get on there. If you want something else to win, get on there also. You could also vote on like the genre. So within whatever that system is, what vibe do you want other than Be Gay, Do Crime? Because that's the mandatory vibe for all things Tales of Misadventures. But right now, I think Goosebumps is winning. Forgetting what the other vibes are on there, but right now, I'm imagining a Goosebumps themed like vibe of Call of Cthulhu.
Call of Cthulhu. That's
Which
gonna
is-
be great.
Which
I
is
love
incredible. I'm excited. I am also excited. Our Patreon's bumping, y'all. You need to get on there because we just released the first preview episode, the first prologue episode of our new podcast that is exclusive to our Patreon subscribers. There is a special $10 a month tier that'll get you the access to that exclusive audio. You can also get it at that $15 a month tier. But right now, these prologue episodes are going up for all of our paid tiers. So even if you're at $1 or just $4, you're going to be able to get the prologue episodes of our Liberty to All Witches Fated Souls campaign, just GM'd by the amazing Mel, and we've got Danny, Bun, and Laura on there as some fantastic witches. I think today's episode, or yesterday's episode that went live, is Laura's witch, and so next week I think you'll be hearing Bun's witch, and then the week after Danny's, and then next month on April 1st, it is not a prank, it is a real episode. You will be seeing or hearing the first episode of the Liberty to All, the first big team up episode of Liberty to All. So yeah, that's
I'm just
exciting.
gonna apologize for the war crimes I committed as my character in Liberty for All.
I'm excited. I'm getting to experience it as like a viewer, like an audience member, and that's very fun. But it was also very fun like pulling out some snippets for our little teaser. And like Rule is our editor. If you've ever seen Rule on the channel before, he's amazing. He's got his own like start playing page. You should go support him. But he is our editor, and he does some really cool sound effects and like audio effects, and like the sound design is really good, and it adds like a layer of fun, mystique, witchiness to things. So I'm very excited to see more of these episodes come out and see people enjoying them.
You should vote for us because I want to play somewhere.
Yes.
Go vote.
Go vote. Alrighty. I think that's it in terms of announcements. We got a Patreon, we got a Discord. Go over and hang out with us on Discord. Send us your favorite spicy memes, and we will ban you. I don't know. No nudity. I don't know. I'm being
No nudity. Spicy as in angry.
As in hot takes. Give me your favorite
takes.
James Cameron dunks. Let's knock that guy down a peg.
That would be hilarious.
I see the battle against James Cameron is still going strong.
I'm waging this war. I don't care. This is the issue of our
It's a
times.
one-man war.
It's a one-man war.
He's waging this war alone, but he is
This is the
waging
hill
it
I
on
die
everyone.
on. But yeah, that I think is everything. We ready to jump back in to our hot, steamy, poisony dungeon? These horrible, decrepit halls of vileness. All of your faces are like, no, I don't wanna.
I don't.
I want to
It's a little
live. I
better
want to
than
just
last
believe
time.
that I'm still alive.
Yes, last time, it did not take the whole episode like I thought it might. Y'all pulled out some amazing area of effects and cool spells and abilities. You mollywopped those zombies back into death from their undead state. All 15 of them. Truly a ludicrous encounter. I want to meet the group that went into that hallway at like, oh, we'll short rest in the next room, and just gets destroyed by 15 zombies out of nowhere. There's got to be horror stories about that hallway, but y'all survived it. You crushed it. However, Saoirse did come down with this strange sewer sickness disease. You all were like, we're not opening the next door. That is a trap. Matt is baiting us, and we are 100% just going to camp down in this yucky, disgusting hallway that is filled with like the wall splatter of this fight we just got through.
Yeah.
And we are going to rest. During that rest, or at least most of you were starting to rest, Winveer actually like took some flesh samples and started to like basically like brew an antidote to whatever this disease was that going through Saoirse's system. You were tanking some forced march rolls. You are, I think, 2 points of exhaustion deep, Winveer. And Saoirse is 1 point of exhaustion from this initial disease. So the disease will purge, that exhaustion won't purge until you finish a long rest, which you are somewhat in the middle of. And as that disease left your system and this sort of like myconified, cultured like antidote went into your system, it's like your body was metabolizing not just the disease, but like the memories living in that disease of who these people were that were hung on these walls and left as an undead trap for whoever might be moving through these hallways in the time of now.
And I had big thoughts about my dreams. last Tuesday, but I don't remember what any of those thoughts were.
You were gigabraining a bit. There was this like strange connection between like the revolt of the people versus Tolokes Popolokas and the cult of the bat, the followers of Zotzilaha. There was this thought of like the people sort of doing a clean slate and burying their gods literally down into this hidden shrine and secluding them away from the world. And there's this strange connection you're feeling like from the sun and then like the moon that was that Semanowak weirdo creepy slug person. Always watching. So there was that like you're feeling a connection to the moon through that creature, but then that led back to your own connection to the moon. And there's something there that's like, it's like primordial knowledge that's kicking around in your head that you're just not able to quite like get a grasp on. It's like you're trying to fathom trigonometry, and it's just like, there are shapes, I know there are, but I don't know what sine versus cosine is. Like there's missing pieces. But
I like
you
picture books.
I like picture books. But you've at least started to rest, all except for Windbeer. So what I'm gonna say is I'm gonna pitch this. Right now, Mirik and Saoirse. Mirik, did you take that 5 poison damage I told you about? Okay, so Mirik caught up a little bit of poison damage that happened after the bubble popped. Winnie and Pebble still have their air bubbles. Narkissa has a fresh air bubble from before Saoirse like started to try and rest. You are all most of the way through a rest. If you right now, if you're trapped, like a little peek behind the curtain is me tracking time. You're on hour 30. You have been in this dungeon for 30 hours, or you're on the 30th hour. I started at 1. I didn't start at 0 like a crazy person. Get in the comments, computer scientists. But basically, you can all continue to rest for 4 more hours, and everyone but Windveer will receive the benefits of a long rest. If you rest/sleep for 2 more hours after that, then everyone, including Winnie, gets a long rest. So the only difference there is when spell slots start to come back and what you're doing about the poison damage, because right now, Mirik and Saoirse are going to be tanking some poison damage.
That's okay.
How many spells I got? Oh,
We do
I'm
have that
fucking
ring of-
good.
I'm not. I'm
Ring of
totally tapped on spells.
Hello, Doug.
Got that ring of
spell
Doug.
storing.
Ring of Doug.
Doug? Yeah, he just jumped straight up. Sorry.
I don't think so. I'm gonna roll the first 4 hours. That'll get you to everyone's rested but Winnie. And I don't think this is gonna clobber anyone.
Let's find out.
Well, actually, I'll roll 3. So I'll roll 3. Here's because it's gonna happen. Okay.
Something I was gonna say is before we complete the long rest, if somebody wants to put like I think a level 1 spell in the spell storing ring, I got that space available.
Oh yeah, let me. I do that. I put a healing word in there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Level 1 healing word. All right, I will.
Level 1 healing.
What spells do you have being in that ring? Because I need to update my note then, because I thought it was full already.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, Bun! No,
Run!
Fun, come back.
Bun, come back!
Too many
What
spells.
spells? Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm here.
You're here.
Is
Okay.
everything okay?
What spells do you have in the ring of
Sorry,
spell
open
storing?
up my sheet. I had. Okay, let me.
How could you?
I
Opening
opened
up
up
my
my
sheet.
sheet and the internet crashed.
Yeah, I did the same thing with
Alright,
the map.
so I
but
have-
You didn't need me at that point, so no one noticed, so it's fine.
All right, so currently I have a level 1 cure wounds, a level 1 searing smite, blank space, and then a level 2 healing word.
Okay, so the bless has been fallen out of there. I think that's a wrathful smite, by the way, not a searing smite. But now you have a healing word level 1 in there too. So I'm just updating my notes to make sure I
All
got
right, let's start
continuity on
tanking
that.
this damage.
Yes. So first round of damage. This is gonna be for 3 hours. 11, 14 poison damage to Mirik and Saoirse. Yep.
Okay. First things first. Saoirse, how you looking?
I'm alright.
Okay, are you
Like,
actually all right, or do you need a chunk? You're at half. Okay.
I'm at half.
So we're going
I'm
to
bloodied.
I'm bloody.
pause. We're gonna do a 3rd level cure wounds.
Damn.
Level 3 cure wounds. Wow, you love me.
What kind of wizard is this?
Never met a
Um,
healing wizard before.
That cocked. Okay. 13. So 14. So you get 14 back.
Nice. Those just negated the poison damage you just took. Dope.
Hell yes.
I'm going to 2nd level on myself. That's 10, 14 for myself. Okay. Whose bubbles are popping at this point?
No one's bubbles are popping. What I wanted to say is that that's the 3 hours. This last 4th hour is going to get everyone but Winnie to a long rest. So what I want to do is go ahead and mark long rest, and then you'll take this damage. So you'll get up to full, and then this poison damage will come off the top.
Long
Okay.
rest.
Cool.
Y'all
Maybe
ready?
you shouldn't have done
Ready.
the spells.
She gets the spell slots back anyways, so.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Whatever. I don't.
It would only
Long rest.
matter. It would only really matter if like a random encounter popped up, but I already rolled for those, and none of them are happening right now. They
Wait right now.
can't. They can happen. But y'all, I want you to know, y'all have been so lucky on those random encounters because they can happen in this dungeon, and so far you have rolled 0, which is
Good.
wild. Okay, everyone long rested except for Winnie. Mirik and Saoirse both take 1 poison damage. I only rolled 1 for that last hour. And now it's the 2 hours that need to go until Winveer gets a long rest. Did you want to do any air bubbles now for yourself and or Mirik, Saoirse? Winnie's and Pebbles are still up, but you know those are going to wane at some point here.
I'm good for the moment if you want to hold off on those spells so that way we can see where we're at after.
What'd you say?
I'm good for the moment. I will continue to tank the poison damage with you, and then we can figure out who needs bubbles.
Okay. So 2 more hours happen. Y'all get so many 1s on these poison dice. So 2 more damage for Saoirse and Mirik.
Maybe
And it is-
people are building an immunity.
They're building a maybe. Ho ho ho. Sure, my rubber bear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3. Oh god, that was disgusting. Okay, whatever. Okay. But right as that hour passes, Mirik and Saoirse take that damage. Winveer, you are now feeling rested. You could take 1 level of exhaustion off. You are still at 1 level of exhaustion.
Can I take my 1 level off? I
You can
right?
also take your 1 level off because you have done that
Rest.
long rest.
Yeah.
Winveer has saved you from that disease, so you're not having to make any saves against that. Otherwise, that would have kept stacking points of exhaustion, and it would have really debuffed your ability to self-heal. That disease is nasty. Dodging that was very good.
I wasn't gonna let a disease, something as simple as a disease,
No.
deal with my sister.
And,
I brought her back
We
from the
had-
dead.
and as
Winnie
that
had
long rest,
flashbacks to that first dungeon where she got diseased. and
yes,
was like, no, not my sister.
As the long rest.
that's the long rest. Yeah. I was sorry. I'm doing my little hour tracking, and my handwriting got really bad, and so it's just absolutely disgusting on this piece of paper right now. There we go. Okay. Winveer and Pebbles bubbles both pop and end. So now the only one with a bubble is Narcissa. But you are all long rested. What would you like to do?
Okay. I can give all 3 of them bubbles, but then I wouldn't have any 2nd level spell slots. And I would
That is up to you.
I would prefer to have 1 available. You know, what I
Mirik is
mean?
willing to continue tanking this because Mirik can also heal himself.
That's true.
and I roll shit damage.
I don't know. That first 14 was chunky.
I did spike that first 3d6. Yeah.
We'll do Pebble and Winnie.
Okay.
Okay.
So just refreshing those bubbles. Dope.
Yes. Sorry. Sorry, darling.
No,
I like to
I
imagine
mean,
the bubble just gets reactivated with like a little nose loop, like, here you go.
Those little
I
air bubbles.
imagine it's like a cloud of spores. Because Saoirse's
Yeah.
always like got spores, just a cloud around her. So I'm like, maybe you guys just have little spore bubbles.
It's all, it's little like, it's these little spheres of like, you know how like fire ants can build structures with their bodies?
Yeah.
It's little spheres of like small spores, and the spores are actually like eating the poison and other stuff as it like filters through. So that's why you're getting this clean air.
You get
dope.
fresh oxygen.
Okay. You are.
Winnie was trying to like take breaths of the poison air just to like test it. She's just like, no, wait, no.
Not allowed. You can breathe.
You are all long rested. You are in this hallway that, for the sake of the sensory experience, by the I've been forgetting to do this at the top. Trigger warning: this show features a lot of body horror and all kinds of
Yes.
awful nastiness. It's gross. Like there are just rotted limbs and imagine every worst scene from like The Boys and Incredible. That all happened in this hallway just now. It's just a bunch of exploded, burnt, charred, electrified, ozoned corpses in here. It's a total shit show. But you have been resting in here as best you can. Those air bubbles are working overtime, and you've refreshed it. Mirik maybe having a little bit of a gag reflex. Who knows?
Well,
Uh,
Matt Ben Invincible,
okay.
not incredible.
so Mirik
Invincible. Yes, thank you.
notices that Winnie is trying to like suck in air. And it's just... So what she will do, she will get into the air bubble and just blow a little bit of the poisoned air over Winnie.
That's
Thank
Here you
you.
go,
when you
Tyler.
take 45 points of poison damage.
Yeah.
That is
The inside of my air bubble is now just poison, and the outside is fine. So like I've just fixed the entire place. No, it's
what
Reverse
weird
air bubble.
what weird kink is this? This is the most delightfully
have you never seen
wholesome,
someone
women-loving
take a
women.
drag
Like,
of a-
here, yeah.
like
It's that.
taking
Yes,
a drag of a
it's that.
cigarette and then
Yeah.
kissing someone. That's
Thank
what
you.
it is.
Yes.
I was like, I
Yeah.
know I've seen this vibe before, but like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is it? It is 100% the secondhand smoke. Yeah. Very.
Secondhand
Hit off
smoke
your
kisses.
Yeah.
Being like,
Mirik understands wanting to test things out.
I love it.
It's science. Here
It's
you go,
science.
darling.
It's science.
here, you can try this toxic
Science.
chemical.
Man, our kiss is seeing that. She's like, I really want to smoke.
Can I just say I love this group. Y'all really took the like, oh, this is an Eldritch Horror campaign, and you were just like, I'm gonna fucking lean into this. I'm just gonna like, fucking put this plane into the mountain of Eldritch Horror. You're all so delightfully weird. Yeah, you've got your
Can
fucked up
I
hallway.
druid craft tobacco leaves and let them wilt and then roll them into a paper?
Incredible.
Or Nargissa.
Oh
I've
man.
produced,
Here,
A
I'll give you a
single-
parchment paper.
I've produced one single cigarette. Here you go.
Roll a dungeon spliff.
What's the
I wonder if any of my poisons would be like just mild enough to just give you a high.
Now we're playing Cyborg, where there's the like. The,
Oh gosh,
the
now
mechanical
we're going into
dose, the
weed
recreational
territory.
dose. Yeah.
I pulled the
there's
the
a recreational
semi-rolled-
dose of green fever.
There's definitely a recreational dose of Pale Strangler, if you know what I mean.
Rot
present
moss,
the
it'll rot your
half-rolled
brain.
Dubes to Whitney.
I
so that
swear,
she
some of
can-
those names do sound like strains of marijuana.
They do. 100% they do.
As somebody,
Festering
Live-
pox? Maybe not.
That-
no, it's still my. I mean, you because they did. You got like fun flavors
That's true.
like
yeah.
cookie monster.
That was sativa
and,
for sure.
Yeah.
My dad.
Next week, I'm gonna
likes-
come back with top 10 greatest marijuana strand names I find.
My
Now-
dad likes the GMO kind that tastes like garlic, and I think that that's the weirdest thing that I've
That's
ever.
a choice.
That is a choice.
And it tastes awful.
Okay.
Tastes- It's like burnt garlic cloves.
By the way,
man.
what-
Like, that's what it tastes like.
One of the Patreon polls has been like, if we were gonna do content on the channel that wasn't actual play, what would it be? And the winner is like interviews or like analysis, like just like fireside chats. Oh, we
Yeah.
should. Apparently, our definite topic of the first one is gonna be which D&D features sound like the best marijuana strains. So we'll do.
Okay.
It's just
To
all
pass
of
the
us
second wind.
chatting. I would do that. I would 100% do that. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna switch over to the dungeon screen. Just a little reminder, a refresh of where y'all are at. This is the spooky, horrible, giant man. You could barely even see my little yellow ping on there. This is the zombie hallway that you just had that fight in. This is where you found that weird, stupid fish. By the way, the fish is still flying around. It's still pointing at stuff.
Fucking fish.
Fucking fish.
Oh.
This is that ridiculous, massive, like full of statues and the stucco dome in there. It had the sedan. Remember the 4-door sedan? There was the hallway leading up that led to that stone block in front of the rollers. And then there was the eastern hall that is where that the weird glowing will-o-wisp was. I shall taunt you a second time. That's where that was going on. So you are those are your sort of three main ways forward. You've kind of ruled out that
Down
stone
the easy
block.
door.
You've ruled out the stone block as like that's a dead end unless we want to try and move that stone block and we don't know how far up it moves. You sort of backed off the will-o-wisp hallway and you now have I'm going to zoom in here. You've got a door right in front of you. What would you
Yes,
like to do?
and
Oh, nope.
As we were air bubbling and everything, I would have told everybody about the crazy dreams I had last night. I had some very weird fever dreams. But I do think that area with the block is an exit of some kind. They were bringing guys through, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we knew it moves. We just didn't really.
Yes.
I guess we could go and try it.
I don't know. Because in my dream, okay, and like you guys, there's something about my dreams. Some of them come true, you know. It's just how it works. It's like I have some kind of premonition of some kind. Maybe Moon Mommy is speaking to me. And
They relate to the moon.
and it really did seem like back in that other room where the guy was latched on to the wall, that they had been bringing creatures down through that pathway and further into the dungeon. So it seems like it could potentially be worth checking out, unless that's just the dungeon it's trying to trick me and
Any
just crush.
particular
Narcissus-
creatures you want to make note?
I was gonna say, Narcissus has just written down, "I am related to the moon," like crossing it under.
Wait, does that mean the moon is our mother-in-law?
No, sis. Yes, mother-in-law. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Papa's our
the-
father-in-law.
Yeah.
And the
That's
corpses
how it
that
works.
rain from the sky are all your cousins-in-law.
Matt's muted and he doesn't know. Let's quickly talk over him.
It's canon now.
Adding hit points to the next room.
You guys.
Each
Okay,
character is just
anyway.
one extra hit point.
We should see what's through this door, obviously, but I just wanted
Yes.
to bring it up as it seemed important.
Here we go. I actually know what
I
my
mean, there
revenge for
could
that
be-
comment will be. Here's the fish is back. Points at this door.
Can I listen at the door?
I mean, it
Is
could
there
be.
anything going on?
Yeah, make a perception check at the door.
Okay. I have two mouses right here.
Two
you
mice?
guys. Two mices. Two mouses. Keep clicking the wrong one.
This is-
Okay. Perception. Which dice? to roll?
The fish flies over and points at one of the corpses.
Stop this.
In a draw.
And her kiss is just
Nah,
like.
draw.
Now draw.
Anti-magic cone. Oh wait, I don't have that speed.
That would be. Woo!
Susha just out of nowhere.
Yeah. Fuck this. What'd you get for that perception?
But imagine if that anti-magic cone like got rid of the poison in that little area, and then we find
Wouldn't
out
that be
poison is
cool?
magic.
16 for my perception.
16, deathly
Yeah.
quiet in that next room. Very, very
Wait,
quiet behind this.
Deathly?
Deathly quiet.
Deathly.
Deathly
Okay.
quiet.
I'm going to try to sneakily peek into the room.
Give me that. Give me that stealth, Chiel. Why am I
Stealth?
talking like this?
I don't know. You're feeling a little silly goofy today.
I
It's
am.
fine.
I got
It's
some.
the entertainment value we're
Oh,
providing
oh,
our
oh.
precious viewers.
This is part of the
I'll
entertainment
just
that we are
GM as
providing.
Goofy for the rest of the day. Go ahead, open the door.
Oh my
All right,
God.
you finish your
God
long
is
rest. You
goofy.
can wake me up.
23. Matthew.
23 for stealth.
23.
23 gorsh. You open the door, and I went over your pawn to see what you can see. It's darkness.
It's darkness.
It's darkness. It's very dark. You are gonna have to like break stealth and put some light in there if you want to see what's going on. So like you can see like the light of Pebble's like ever burning torch like peek in through the slant of the door, and it's illuminating like some sort of table like up against a wall, but that's kind of it. That's all you're seeing.
Okay.
Zusha, do you want me to peek in with my good dark eye?
Yes, come peek as well. I opened it already, so you don't even have to make a stealth check. You know
Nice.
what I'm saying?
Okay,
Marcus, you can
just
just
like-
peek in.
True.
Like peeking and trying to get the eye that's like
Yes.
tattooed.
I just
Does
switched
Pebble,
over.
Does Pebble come up and be the head underneath again too? Everything all.
The Scooby-Doo heads.
Yeah.
Yes, I switched over to Narcissus token, and you've got clear dark visiony sight into there. So, here's some good old flavor text. All the doors bordering this lozenge-shaped room are made of heavy bronze, and you can see that there are doorways. The one that you're opening, there is a doorway all the way on the northern side of this room, and there's also it looks like to be a door on the eastern wall of this room. There are glyphs along the western wall, but it's a little bit hard to make out what they say from this angle, and it definitely looks like it's in that same strange language that you've all been having to interpret as you've been moving through here. There are two sideboards against the walls to the east. That's what I was saying with the table. There's like boards that go up and down, like sort of L-shaped, like work areas, kind of. And then in the middle of the chamber, this is probably what's drawing the most of your attention, Narcissa. In the middle of the chamber, there are two stone divans, each with a human figure stretched out on them. Between the divans is a low stone table holding a flask and two goblets, all made of this like exquisitely brilliant crystal. In the bottom of the crystal flask, you see a small quantity of like silvery dust. With your dark vision, it just sort of looks like ash from this distance. The figures of the divan, you can see, are a man and a woman. They each look to be rather youthful, maybe middle-aged for whatever their ancestry is, and they are covered in like a thin layer of like dust and like cobwebs, but beneath they are perfectly preserved. They are very still, unmoving. It doesn't even look like their chests are moving up and down with breath. They just look completely stock still.
Detect magic.
Give me a perception check to see if you notice another detail.
Okay.
Uh-oh. GM, very serious question.
Mhm.
Are the sedans parked next to divans?
Very serious answer. No, the sedan is back in that other room. The divans are here.
Divans are here. The sedan back there.
Yeah, sedan
Gotcha.
back there, divans here. Haley looks like she hated that show. Just this pun is too much for daylight savings time.
No, I think I'm still stuck on the dust covering the unmoving
Detect
Mm.
magic.
thing
Detect
with
magic.
no breath. Just, I didn't like that description,
Oh.
and I think if we go back, my face did not change from that description until
Got
when
it.
we got to the pun.
Sorry.
The pun did nothing.
The pun
It
did
didn't
nothing.
actually hit either way, because I didn't understand it. But that's okay.
Too focused on the horrible sensory idea of two unmoving, perfectly preserved bodies covered in dust.
Mhm.
What'd you get on that perception, Narkissa?
21.
21. You notice that there is this like, in like the hints of like how the dust is kind of like draped across the body, that it looks like there is like dried snake skin covering them. Like almost like you'd have like a chemical peel on with like a spa treatment. It's like there's snake skin draped over all of their body. The woman is wearing a very ornate silver bracelet and is holding what looks to be some sort of ivory wand in a hand. The man has an amulet of Electrum resting on his chest, inset with a red stone of considerable size.
Ooh, I want it. Are they Yuan-Ti?
So I think
They're
we
n-
might be dealing with more zombies.
If they are Yuan-Ti, I would say that you would not be able. They would probably be of the pureblood strain
Mhm.
because their eyes are closed and there's no way that you're not. You can't tell if the
Yeah.
snake skin like is it covering up their own scales or
Yeah.
is it just snake skin on top of like normal human flesh. You're not sure.
Matt, does anything ping when I do detect magic?
Give
Mhm.
me detect magic.
Mhm.
Let me double check.
I thought about ritual casting it, but then I remembered that takes like 10 minutes, and then I remembered that Pebble and Winnie and Narkissa will all just walk in there while I'm trying to cast it. And then we'll trigger more
I can be
necromantic
good.
dead body guys, and then
I can be good,
I
and if
can
you
be-
put me in front of the door, I will keep Pebble away.
No, Mirek will just stand in front of the door and just cross her arms
No.
over her chest. And...
Can I get under everybody and try to see through the door, just so I can use my
Divine sense.
yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a
there's-
perception for you, Matt, by the way,
Uh-huh.
and it's did 19 plus 6.
Nice.
So
Uh,
that's like 20.
there's a slight bit of necromancy coming from both of them,
Okay. Them bitches necromantic.
but what I want us to do is contrast that with the information that Pebble gets, which is
Okay.
no detection of undead.
Ooh. So they're giving necromantic magic energy.
But not undead.
Okay. There's definitely something.
Do you-
Perhaps.
Do you think it's one of those things like what Pebble did, where they have to trigger something and then they'll spring to life, or?
You know, if I'm looking at like, if Narkissa and I look at the floor, do I see anything that's glowing like with magic, and like, does she see any traps or anything?
No glowing magic, no traps. No. Ooh. I see a Thin the Veil just happened, but I don't know if the.
Yep.
Yes, Thin the Veil did just happen, but the
I'm so sorry, guys.
the graphic did not go and the sound did not go. So I'm gonna double check why that didn't work later. But for now, as you are all looking in there, who is not at full health?
I'm not.
Okay, just you two.
Yeah.
Both of you, it's just from poison damage, right? So you both feel just like this slight like pinch at the back of your jaw as like you taste a little bit of blood in your mouths. Take 2 points of damage.
Oh, that was unpleasant. Okay.
Hmm.
I
There
swing
is
the
a-
door open. We can
There is
walk
a
in, it's fine.
sense of, for both of you, that body of Tolokes Popolokos, it may be bound and suppressed, but it is still exerting some sort of will outside of its bindings and opening some of those wounds a little bit.
It can do that through the bag of holding.
Finn the Veil can do whatever it needs to do to make things
Bitches.
interesting. It's just
How?
Mirek just reaches into the bag of holding and shakes it a little bit.
it's just-
Well, you guys, can't see anything.
Here, let me get in. And Narcissus is also gonna pull out like her crowbar, so that this way she can like kind of tap at the different.
The fish,
God
Pops.
damn
the fish flies
fish.
to the other side of the
Mage
room
armor.
and points at that door.
Where?
Try to grab the fish. Oh, are my missile snaring gloves active now?
They are
actually?
attuned. Yes, your missile snaring gloves
Yay.
are attuned. Yes.
Yay! Does the fish count as a missile?
No, because you try like come here and just nope. Slippery fish.
Well, that's cool. Now I can do stuff. I'm gonna say when they mold into my hands, they become very like moldy looking and like they've been aged in
Yeah.
fungus and moss.
I love that.
But there's still the spider webby kind of pattern
Mm-hmm.
underneath.
If anyone would like to roll on those glyphs to try and translate them, you can absolutely do that.
Let's go.
Sure.
I would like to examine the
What are they in?
bodies.
Is there a language they're in?
It's this Ulman language, so
Oh,
it's gonna
yeah.
be that like your intelligence or your
That weird-
wisdom plus the
Oh,
number of
yeah.
languages you know.
Natural 20.
I should do this. Winnie has a lot of languages in her brain.
Yeah, I think Windveer has. Yeah, you have a +7 to this check. You have a lot of languages rattling around.
Yeah.
Nat
So
20 is gonna get it.
Intelligence or wisdom, you said?
Oh, I got a 17.
17.
18, 19, 20,
I think
21.
we-
No, sorry,
23.
17 on the die.
No.
20,
Oh,
24.
24. Pebble, you
Is
have a
that right?
+4.
Yeah.
Narcissa, you have a +6, and
Oh.
Mirik, you have a +4.
I got a nat one.
16.
Okay,
I don't know shit.
16.
No.
I got a 14.
14. And then Saoirse, you got a natural 20, so yours is
Yeah.
26.
It's-
Dope. So everyone but Pebble.
It's because I'm actually standing there while I'm doing it. I've grabbed onto one of Pebble's hands and I'm just doing twirls with them.
Yeah. Actually, Windveer, we need to be remembering this. Exhaustion, so roll again because you have disadvantage on all of them.
Oh, disadvantage.
Oh.
Yes. I got one less.
Okay, so you still good enough. And then also
Nice.
give me a medicine check at disadvantage because you were wanting to look at those bodies.
I didn't.
Disadvantage. Oh my god, I got a natural 20 and a 14. So that's an
Jeez.
18. What is
She's
happening?
She's unstoppable. She refuses to be stopped.
unstoppable.
I didn't change out any of my spells, Matt. If I keep the ones that I've used already, can I adjust my spell list?
What
still?
I'll do is I'll give you 10 minutes of stream to figure out your spells. So once
Okay.
it gets to the first hour, then whatever you got is locked in.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
Pebble's inspiring me right now.
Yeah, let me what'd you get for that medicine?
18.
18. And are you keeping this to a visual, or are you touching
Yes.
it all?
No, I'm doing a hover up and above.
A hover inspect. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, you can tell that, like, beneath the dust, beneath this sort of like snakeskin wrapping, these figures look alive, but in some sort of like weird stasis. And as you're like examining them long enough, you actually do see just the slightest rise and fall to the chest. Like they are both breathing, but breathing at like 1 breath per minute. Like they have their metabolism, their body function has slowed to unfathomably slow. And then for those
If anyone's listening, I'm whispering this out loud as I investigate. Everything it is a whisper coming out of Winnie's mouth right now, but like
Nice.
a loud whisper.
stage whisper, yeah.
Yes.
And then for everyone but Pebble, for the runes on that western wall say, "Beware, ... many-eyed God will bring down fiery death."
Ooh.
Ceiling.
Godzilla ha.
Zodzilla, ha!
Ha ha.
Is there anything going on with the ceiling now? Like,
you do a
does
quick,
it look like they're?
How dare you sneak up on me, ceiling monster! Nothing on the ceiling. The ceiling is empty and totally fine.
Is this
For a moment,
is
it's
this
kind
a
of spooky
clue
because
for
you see the
preparation in the future?
It's a little bit spooky at first because you do see the fish sort of like move to the middle of the room right into your eye line and then move over here and point that door.
Mirik wants to check this potion-looking thing,
Sure.
or what looks like could be the remnants of a potion.
Yeah. Give me an Arcana check.
All right. Haha.
Haha.
18, 19,
Oh,
20,
shit.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
That's gonna be a good roll. Yeah, you said 18. I was like, whoa, that's gonna be big. Excellent. So immediately, like looking in this flask, the dust at the bottom, you know, like, oh, okay, this is a thing that happens to like potions or magical poisons, is that over time they become, I want to say dehumidified. That's just wrong. Dehydrated. There it is. Dehydrated and become dust. But you know that you can mix in either water or any sort of liquid, but water and wine are the two go-tos. Water sometimes hit and miss. It doesn't usually give full potency. Wine will always give full potency to anything that's like dehydrated like this. And just like doing a quick like fingertip like tongue test and then like spitting it out, you could tell that this is some sort of poison, and you immediately feel that the tip of your tongue go numb and like like kind of like sleepy. This is most likely some sort of like draught of immortal sleep, like some sort of thing that you take it and it puts you into like a state of stasis where you are technically poisoned, and while poisoned, unconscious for some amount of time. You are semi-aware of your surroundings, but not really, and you are unaffected by the passage of time. So you're thinking like, just passive investigation, these two must have taken that and
Yeah.
are just like basically zonked.
Well, as Winevere stated, they are definitely breathing, but they are alive, and they are under a stasis of poison.
Interesting.
Winnie, if they're under a stasis of poison, would you be able to know if it was self-inflicted or if it was put on by somebody else? I'm wondering if this is some type of maybe ritual that this culture might have performed, or if this was something that they might have done as like a act of worship to be with Topolo.
I definitely think that I would be able to look if I investigated with my hands and moved the snake skins and did a more thorough investigation. So if we
It is possible it might wake them.
that is true. Maybe I could. I don't know. I would like to see whatever check that you would like. I would like to see if I can, because you mentioned that the potion, so maybe I could do, I don't know, a different type of check in my memories of poisons and diseases as to the wake up condition, if that makes sense. Like,
Sure.
what would the most likely, like, is it just shake awake? Is it a cure wounds? Is it a, like, you know what I mean? Like, what is the wake up for this magical effect, maybe?
I'd say with Mirik's, that was a 25. That's a
Yeah.
good roll. You would
Yeah.
know physically, giving them a little shake, they would wake up.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So probably not. Not unless I'm the most gentle I've ever been.
You
Feel like
could,
before we attempt.
I would say, Narkissa, if you want to give an investigation check, pulling on like some archaeological background, you could either investigation or religion. You could try and like get an answer to that question.
Could
Okay.
I do a more
Well-
specific view on like wrists and ankles to see if there's like
Mm.
bindings?
Yeah.
On
Give me a-
like
Yeah, perception. I would say
Yeah.
this is perception check, still disadvantage because
yes.
of the exhaustion, but yeah.
Can
I'm
I
probably
can I be helping?
Sure. Yeah, so straight roll for perception, Winnie.
I got Oh wait, it's perception though?
Mm-hmm.
+4, so 11.
11, no bindings. It looks like if you woke them, they would just be able to get up and move around. There's no signs of them being bound in place.
I would say that it's probably most likely voluntarily, or if not, administered while they were asleep. Doesn't look like they're being bound, or a
Narkissa,
struggle was there.
What'd you get on what your check was?
27 for investigation.
Investigation. You've seen enough like ritualism in all of the things that have been in this shrine so far. This looks, you're sort of like leaning into what Windbeer just said, probably voluntary, probably like there's a level of like station and like glamour's the word coming. My brain's not working right now. There's a level of ceremony and like respect that's happened here that you're thinking like this is very purposeful and was not done like accidentally or like maliciously to them, that like this was like part of they are purposefully here doing whatever happened.
Okay. Just jotting everything in her notebook.
What y'all doing?
Well, if we want to
touch.
if we want to, I would say if anybody is curious about potentially waking these people up, because if they were friendly, I'd love to interview them. Not the most sane idea, but you know.
I love it.
They
Okay,
may also know a way out.
Yes, but before we would wake them up, I would want to potentially take off the magic items on them if they prove to be hostile. Because remember, when we
no
got
magic
the
items on
other,
the
oh,
only
there's no
the
magic
only,
items.
The only magic you felt was like that small bit of necromancy on them, which you're thinking was
Which is
like
coming from
the
poison.
magical poison that's preserving them.
Oh, okay.
The jewelry is very nice and opulent and worth
It's
a pretty penny.
stationary thing.
But it's notes
Okay,
of
then never
station
mind.
rather than magic items. It's not the same as like disarming Tolokes of all of his AC buffs. Yeah, it's not the same thing.
That's exactly what Narcissa was thinking. Was
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
guy was armed to
I-
the teeth. I want to make sure that we would.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. No more AC debuffing my bosses. No.
Uh-huh.
Would you let me do a wand of entanglement to theme tying them down?
Ooh.
I was about to ask about that entangle.
Ooh.
If we
okay.
intend to speak with them, I would say perhaps not acts of aggression.
I'd say like
Maybe
Restraint.
Maybe
is
you could
particularly
just
aggressive.
keep it
Wand
ready.
of entangle does it? Oh no, it doesn't do damage.
it doesn't do damage, but it is.
Yeah.
If you're waking someone up after a long nap and they wake up tied up,
Also-
I personally would freak out a little bit.
I would say from as a reminder, Miric's Arcana check was high enough that like they are semi-aware of what is happening, which
Yeah,
means
so
as
they
soon
can-
as anything wakes them up, it's not like where did these come from? It's like that bitch.
Yeah.
they're immediately keyed in.
Even if
Oh,
I like
okay.
put it under my shirt and cast it like this.
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to
Explain it
say.
them.
I'm not going to say don't. I'm just saying
no.
it's a strong open.
Okay,
I don't-
how about
I don't think it's a bad
I'm prepared?
You can
Yeah,
you
I
can
was
do
gonna say
that.
it's not a bad
Mhm.
idea, but
Yes.
maybe you just have it ready.
So you
But
could
also-
you can mark off the charges from the wand, and you could be like it's concentration. You're holding it just in case, but you could absolutely do that. And then if at any time you're
Yeah,
like, no, I don't need this, you could drop it. The charges are still gone,
'Cause-
but you could do that.
What's the worst thing that could happen if I with my exhaustion right now is that I could lose a concentration check if they hit me, but then that doesn't that would be
It's not affecting your saves, so that's same
Yeah.
same.
beautiful. So then yes, I will do that then.
Okay.
I'll do that when we decide it's time to wake them up.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's right now or if it's later.
Lyric
I
is
don't know
preparing
yet.
to wake them up. She's got
Okay,
a
cool.
hand out. So
Okay.
Beautiful.
Are you waking them
Then
up at
I
the same
have-
time?
Ooh, let's do one at a
We're gonna
time,
do one.
right?
Okay. Which one are you waking
How do
up?
we
The
know?
woman or the man?
Is there
Woman.
more information on the walls as to what's going on here first?
The glyphs, the beware the many-eyed god. That's the only like writing on the walls here.
There's no like paintings. There's no nothing.
No.
Okay, cool. You
What
peek.
were you gonna
I'm
say,
ready
Dan?
for that,
whenever
Haley,
you
because I was
are.
gonna ask that too. All right.
Yeah.
Waking up the lady.
Also, if you're worried about concentration, I can possibly intercept an attack
Oh, nice.
on
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
So,
That's no worries. And we're still looking for a wife for Saoirse. So yeah, the lady first.
What's happening?
We're on the hunt.
Is she
We're
is she
still
hot?
looking for a
Is
wife.
she hot?
No, I
Right
think
now she's a little
she
scaly.
might be.
That's not a bad thing.
Season.
And maybe Saoirse's
Still a
into
hot
it.
wife.
I love pretty girls who want to rule the world. It's my favorite.
Want to rule
Fact.
the world.
Belated
They're
Happy
ambitious.
International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day.
I love women with queen in it.
I love women.
You don't say it like that.
This voice kind of ruins the sentiment.
Alright.
That voice ruins
It
everything.
really does.
All right, let's get to waking this lady up and interviewing her for a date.
Sorry.
I am
there-
also going to prepare to cast Entangle.
Okay. Double entangle. Okay.
Just in case they save on the
Sure.
one.
So go ahead, mark the spell slot off because it does consume that, and mark the charges off from your wand because it does consume those. I'll just mark you both as concentrating. Incredible. So Mirik,
Do I need to
I'll
spend
walk
two?
over here.
No, we're just doing the one person, so I just need to do one charge.
Just one.
well, entangle's an area, so it's just the spell, and you're just like centering it so that you could hit both people.
Yeah. Oh, can we? How many recharges? How many dawns have passed?
Oh,
as
okay,
per
yeah,
my
yeah,
one?
You finished a long rest. There would have been at least one dawn, so go ahead and roll one recharge on that.
36 plus 1. Oh yeah, cool. I get both. I get my
Nice.
charges back.
The fish moved over
So-
to point at the southern door, by the way.
Is this a
Fuck
20-foot
fish.
square?
Wait, if they're
What's the 20-foot square look like?
Yeah, I can do you. Get you a 20-foot square.
Give me a 20-foot square, Matt.
Yeah, there you go. So like,
Thanks, man.
you can hit both of them. Mirik's technically in
No,
there, but
It's
I
fine.
think
I've
I-
caught everyone with an AoE at
Yeah.
one point or another.
I'll put mine probably more where Saoirse and I are standing because I'm flying.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could put it right
I can-
there.
I
Nah,
can,
I'm gonna get Saoirse in it.
Okay.
yeah.
There you
Yes,
go.
that's it.
Cool.
What if
Oh
I-
yeah, then
Yeah.
Saoirse can just move there. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll tuck right there.
Wait, could I just adjust my position because I kind of want to
yeah.
be in a
You've-
little bit more of a.
You're
a
deciding
position
when
line.
Mirik
There we go.
touches people. So like you
Mirik
have
is
the
literally
ability.
just
Okay.
Can Mirik, would you move one of your magical light balls closer towards I was gonna say Raz. Yeah, thank you. I just want to be able to see my sister, but now I'm good.
yeah.
Looking beautiful.
If we know they're kind of aware.
Semi-aware, yes.
If I make an insight check,
Can we-
can we tell how aware?
Can we what?
I would say no on the insight check because they can't react, they can't emote. There's nothing to read off of them. Pebble, what do you want to do?
I think we should lead with please don't freak out.
Yeah.
We just want to talk.
Pebble,
I think you should
I-
potentially say that.
Pebble, give me
Hey.
give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Pebble the diplomat.
That's another nat one. Jesus.
Oh my
Christ.
god. Halfling lady, come on.
I'm-
Pebble, you
Oh,
can do
oh,
this.
I am. Oh fuck.
I
You know
need
what?
giant,
That
stone
one's-
giant luck.
That one's going. Yes. I'm putting that one in time.
That one's going in the cuck chair. Cool. Okay.
Wait, can I do something quick too? I'm just gonna close the door so the fish can't escape this room now.
Oh, okay. Just
Trap the fish.
at the last second, the fish just right out the door.
Good.
Well,
Stay
at least it
out.
won't annoy us anymore.
I got a 13.
If it learns how to open doors, I'm losing my mind.
You got a 13.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
Okay.
At that, I'm feeling stalked.
13 on persuasion. Dope.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mirik, you do like a little gentle shoulder tap to the woman.
Yes.
Her eyes spring open, and you can see very light green irises. She lifts off of the divan, and you can see that snake skin sort of like drape down her form. She's taking you all in, and there's a little, like, eye movement towards the man that I think a couple of you that are watching closely clock, like she's checking in, but you look over at him and he seems to be completely, like, knocked out. So there's a little bit of confusion there. And she's just looking around.
Do I know what she said?
You can roll one of them languages checks.
Let's go.
Should we all try and roll?
Yeah, why not?
So, okay.
I rolled a
got
16, so my modifier is +3, right?
Yours is +6.
+6. Okay,
you
cool.
got some
Yeah, I was about to say we're the same. So
A
we
lot-
got so we got the same, right?
Y'all have a lot of languages. You actually have a lot of good bonuses to these checks. Yeah.
We do.
22.
22, great.
Same, 22, yeah.
I got a 9.
22.
Nine. 22.
22!
And then Winveer with disadvantage.
Yeah, Winnie didn't
Okay.
do good enough.
Winnie's
But
like,
I
I've
wanna,
not heard it spoken
wanna
before.
I want to see if I can invoke my haunted one background as I look at her without understanding,
Pathetically.
and see if she just can see that the horrors I've been through. You know, I understand the any plights she's been through.
She doesn't
God,
seem
that's
aggressive.
sympathetic.
She doesn't seem aggressive, and all, at least 3 of you understand what she said as, are you here to release him? Is it time?
She's talking about Pop Tropica.
Oh God, what do we tell her about Tropicana juice?
Yes, we are here to release him. We actually are smuggling him out of this place now. You should help us get to this
Give me a deception check.
Can you not still feel his power?
Is that's
Quickly
that's
hides all of
help.
his
Can I roll
magical
with
items that
advantage?
we
That's
have.
help right there.
I'm
just
just wearing
straight
his
roll.
crown.
Straight roll.
Natural one.
Natural one. She gets up and sort of drapes the snakeskin
I'm
off of
obviously
her.
being satirical, okay?
And there is
Just end it
this,
with lol jokes.
there is this sort of like very lithe, graceful, almost like dancer movement to her as she moves over to you. And
You're so beautiful.
that little ivory wand, she just like folds it out into a fan and is sort of like very coquettishly kind of like coming up to you. Do not
I don't know
lie.
what she said, but I love it.
Do not do not lie to me, or we shall dance most unpleasantly.
Dear, I'm sorry. You're beautiful and it
Don't
makes me
do.
nervous. I get really nervous around beautiful women.
We are not here to release him.
They can tell you this. Do you want a ruby? It's the same ruby that I tried to give.
Das ist es. To Mirik, she says through that same language, if you are not here to release him, then why are you here?
To collect him.
Why?
We have been tasked with this by our patron.
Why?
I don't know, I just-
Mirik, I honestly just blanked out. Mirik knows. Mirik is blunt and honest about this.
I don't
My brain just went.
I don't know if Mirik does know. I know
Mirik
No,
doesn't
I-
really know.
yeah.
I think it's just Winnie who has a better idea. So Mirik's
yeah,
like,
and I haven't said
father
anything
needs
to
him.
anyone.
Our papa needs to speak with him.
She like turns back to Saoirse and with the fan is like covering her face and just peering over it with one eye. Your father needs him for what?
I'm not sure, honestly. I never ask. I just trust him because he's my papa.
What age is it? Which sun rises?
Which sun is it? Is it the second sun?
You don't ask Narcissa, and then she's completely unaware of the time herself. She's like, I don't. What
Do
age
we know
is
the
it? How?
time that
What
this
sun are we in?
tomb was made? Did we find any dates and stuff yet?
You've not
Has
found any
exist-
dates that make sense to you. Not at all.
Which sun was up when you went to sleep, darling?
We are children of the first sun.
A long time ago, then.
Many years have passed since
Could-
your arrest.
Question:
Have
Could
another
I
woman.
do any type of like history check to maybe kind of guesstimate how long things have been for them that I could like accurately explain?
You can do a
Can
history check,
I-
yeah.
Can I make
Okay.
a religion check to see if Moon Mommy will tell me what sun we're in?
I would say you can't appeal to like a quest, like an answer from beyond without like a spell like that. You could make a religion check just to see if any of this is jogging your memory, if you've heard of like the multiple suns stuff.
I think
Has
I've done
anyone
this before.
has anyone changed their position on the map? Is everyone just kind of focused in on her right now?
We're just remaining still.
22.
22?
Rolled a
Does she have a
19. That was
token
nice.
and I'm just blind?
No,
Or-
she doesn't
No.
have a token. I'm describing it.
Okay.
I can give you a token to look at just to make sure you're keeping track.
Uses Das as a
Oh,
token.
okay, cool. Yeah, as long as she stays within
Yeah,
where I've kind of
hotness
put
level.
my entangle, I'm happy.
Mhm.
She's within reach of touching the dude, though, which
She
Merrick
is.
is paying attention to.
Mhm.
Indeed.
So 22 on religion, and then what did you get?
I
Narcissa?
also got a 22 for history.
Ooh, very nice.
What was our number today? Okay.
At 22.
Matchies.
I'm just showing y'all so
Okay.
the stream also sees kind of the
Okay,
vibe going on
pretty
here.
pretty hot. Acceptable.
Um,
Acceptable for sister.
acceptable level of hotness. Proceed.
Would you like to go on a date?
Both of you are like, this place feels so far out of time, like, and you know, contextualizing it to like the subcontinent that you are on, Tir na Nog is a remnant of the first world, and so it's very much like this place is outside any sort of like timeline that y'all would be familiar
Are
with.
aware of, yeah.
But you're not sure how badly or to what extent.
What year are we up to right now in this timeline?
In this timeline, ooh, hold on, let me pull that up. That's in the Discord server under setting details. Let's see here.
Looked it up.
The current year is, because I'm such a nerd about timelines and like cultural effects on time, we have 4 different dates for the current year. It's either 22 SD, 1156 UDR, 1482 HK, or 4600 HF. The most relevant one to y'all would either be 22 SD, which means it is 22 years since Shadowfall, since the moon was blotted out in the total eclipse that lasted like several months. And then the 1156 UDR is like, that's the date system that everyone kind of uses, is 1156.
So let me ask her then, is there a time where the sun disappears in your mythology, in your calendar? Like whether the sun goes away from the sky and it's been blotted out?
5 times the sun shall fall, and on the 5th fall we shall rise.
Okay. So do we know then if that was the first
And that
time
would-
that we've...
That was in her language, and it's at that point that Myrick and Narcissa hear just to the side of them, because he rolled real good stealth and just like slipped out from underneath the snakeskin and speaks in common next to
she
each of
touched
you.
him.
They're very sneaky.
She didn't touch him. They wake up at the same
Tango
time.
with the rogue.
Oh,
they
they
wake
wake
up
up
at
They
the
wake
same
up at the
time.
same time, and she like checked in with him to make sure that he was doing okay.
Yeah.
I'll show you his
Yeah.
picture.
Oh, he cute too!
Okay.
We collect them.
Double
You
date.
collect
Let's
them
go.
both.
This,
Um,
this is my new husband and wife, okay?
Yes.
And you
They're
hear
like, we're siblings.
you hear him say,
Okay.
Any
No,
harm
let's
you
not go
meet.
there.
I am the one who speaks with tongue. I can speak in your language.
Oh, good. We're not very proficient in your own. I do apologize.
I can tell.
It's
Yes.
unfortunately very old. She's like flipping through her notebook and just writing things down, keeping notes. Like, just hold still for a sec. Current clothing.
I am
styles, no.
Sipaktanol, he who was gifted with ears and tongue.
Right down.
She
Merrick
is
Silverwing.
She is Oxmoko, she who was gifted with sight and scent. I can tell you what is. She can tell you what will be. With offerings appropriate, assuming you are not here for the ill will of our master.
Oh, never. Can you rattle off those names for me again, Matito?
Yes. Matito?
Should I be
Matito?
trying to hide the axe?
Yes.
I think it's a little late for
I
that.
actually think as you think that, there is a noticeable, like, he just gives you the look, and it's just like, fuck, okay, he saw it, alright.
I put it behind my back.
Sipaktanol,
Actionable.
which is spelled Cipactonal, N-A-L. My what?
NAL.
N-A-L, and
Okay.
Oxomoco, Oxomoco.
I love her name, okay? And then he is gifted with.
He is gifted with ears and tongue. She is gifted with sight and scent.
Okay.
Read into that whatever you would like.
Okay.
Merrick
And
switches
then
to Draconic,
What is.
knowing no one else can understand this.
What will be.
What does she say?
We bear no ill will, but I believe we did have to face him in battle.
And you hear Sipaktanol answer in Draconic. Battle is where he finds life. You have survived it. It must be for some purpose.
He survives as well, in order for us to take him to our patron.
As long as he survives, you are not our enemy.
We seek exit from this place, and are willing to work with you, so long as you are willing to work with us.
He switches to Ullman, and like you're catching like bits and pieces, but it's basically like filling her in on what's going on.
Mhm.
And she sort of like relaxes her posture, but is very much just like fanning herself, and is keeping this sort of like sultry pose, but mostly because it seems to be disarming Saoirse rather well, and is otherwise like very keyed in on like this could go the other way so very quickly, and is ready to handle that.
Can I druid craft her a glowing flower?
You can.
Yes.
Please,
Yeah.
please be my wife.
Please be my
Flower.
wife.
Like a flower.
It worked for my sister.
She folds the fan and like with plenty of finger to finger contact takes the flower from you and then tucks it into your hair like behind your ear.
Oh. It's
Switching
so
back to
cute.
common,
I'm smitten.
if you require tribute, we can see that it is paid. If you would prefer to return to your rest after we converse, we can reconstitute your drink.
You are on the path of compromise. Have you ventured
Often.
down the other paths?
We have
the-
explored them.
Yes.
Go ahead.
The path with the stone blocking the hallway and the I had dreams about it. They were a little weird and feverish. I'm still like kind of distractedly looking at her while addressing
Just
like it's
swooning.
Mhm.
yes, it's very like I'm looking at her, okay, but I'm also talking to you. I'm just saying.
Saoirse, because I think it would be funny, can you roll another one of those language checks with disadvantage real quick?
With disadvantage.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. It's a 12, 13, 14.
14.
14? That's not
It's not
terrible.
bad. It's just shy of the DC 15. So I'm gonna say is the other two who aren't the other people who aren't distracted, who have been keyed in on like their speaking language,
Mhm.
they hear Oxumoko say, "If I am to prophesize off of one of them, I should like it to be her. She is of the flowers, and I have not tasted wine in some time."
Oh,
And he seems to like ignore that. He's just like, okay, whatever.
Okay, sis.
Well,
uh,
we should. I will at least tell you this: is that we were brought to a bridge and we fell all the way to the bottom, so we are climbing up. Just so you understand our position as to why we're trying to find a way out upwards.
what's your passive insight?
Passive insight is 12.
12. Is anyone higher than that?
my passive insight is 16.
Okay, -5 because you're distracted.
Yeah, 11.
Mine's a 14, but I don't
too.
understand the language.
Okay.
Right, unless I got another check to do that.
Lyric's passive insight is 8.
Okay, great.
Doesn't give a
Mine's-
shit about this.
Mine's also 12,
Dang,
but I
okay.
also don't understand.
So, none of you clock this, but for like the audience, there is this like weird like sort of that like the Limitless movie where like the brain surpasses. There's this sort of like limitless like eye motion that happens with him, where all of a sudden he just like understands like all of the context of what you just said in a moment. You have fallen in, and that is why you walk the path of the one we already expected, but are not him.
Yes.
Indeed.
There's the path of discipline to your west, and there is the path of deception to your east. You walk the path of compromise here with us. All are acceptable manners forward. It's up to you which best suits your gifts.
I would like to write those things down.
Take one
Question,
moment.
how are you
Take one
able
moment.
to breathe in this poisonous gas?
We have attuned to it. We were made to be in this place, and therefore we are gifted with the resilience against it.
Do you know how
That makes
this
sense.
poisonous gas was particularly made, like if plant-based or a item
You-
sorts?
And you see him like look around. It filters up from beneath. Our bodies must have attuned to it while we slumbered. It is natural, it is of this world.
You said east was
Path of deception.
East is deception.
deception and west is
Discipline.
Discipline.
discipline. Okay. They're both D words, man, okay?
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
East is deception.
Which is where that turn tile is.
The turn tile, the will-o-wisp.
Discipline is the push it up.
And also it was past the silver coffer, and it was into that like big room with the giant dome, all that stuff.
Ooh, and the guy with the yes.
If you wish to pass from this room, since you are not our master, we will require a gift. Something powerful to bestow to us in the next age, when the fifth sun falls and we are finally welcomed home into the endless oblivion of darkness.
It goes to Winnie. And we'll step away. Just excuse me
Mhm.
one moment. And with Winnie, open up their little pouch and be like, what do we have?
Can I?
Marcus is still interviewing. Marcus is still like interviewing this guy while they're doing that. Like she's gonna be looking for something that we probably
Yeah.
come across in our travels. I have a quick question. What was it like in your time in particular? I think we saw there were like giants and other beasts.
The giants of the past, they created the foundations of the elements, shepherded them. We do not know what happened to them after the founding.
I think Pebble probably perks up at the mention of giants.
And he said that in common.
Yeah, I think before when everybody is just speaking different languages, she's kind of just like swaying against Whitney and like kicking her feet against like the dirt. I don't know what's going on.
The woman says in that ancient language, we should ensure that this is in accordance with the passage of the suns. Which one of them can I taste? I need to see it. My companion is asking if one of you would offer up your blood so that she can ensure that your...
Oh, happily.
Narkissa just
Cool.
immediately looks at Saoirse.
I'm like, yes, absolutely.
Everyone, yeah.
Sure.
Saoirse, did you...
Wait.
Mirik is like half a second away from just, here you go.
Do we want to ask if this is the magical gift, or do they require something else?
I believe this is a different requirement. She requires
Okay.
tasting, he requires a thing.
What things?
She could taste me anytime.
I have spell scrolls. I have potions.
Now,
I was going to ask Matt, could I, like, give them the magic of my second level spell slot?
If you offer that, he clarifies, we would want something permanent, something to be used, an item.
That's fair. That's fair.
that's yes.
I have
However,
those little statues as well.
you have
Yes.
spoken up, and my compatriot would prefer your blood for the reading. It is not mandatory that it be from you.
Does it need to be real blood?
It must
Yeah,
be your life
is there-
essence.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it doesn't
It
matter
should be fine. It'll
what's
be
on the
okay.
inside.
Sure.
Question:
Um,
is this a different thing? Like, does she need to look at our blood for something else, then she wants to look at her blood for the viewing? Is that like two separate things? Just want to clarify if you need one person or two.
One should suffice, unless, of course, something strange happens. And he sort of like speaks to her really quick, and then she in that language confirms, like, as long as I do not see something that muddies the waters of our plans, only
Well.
one will do well.
Sure. Have my blood as I am the muddy water of your plans.
Mirik turns to Narkissa and you have ink and pen and page, yes?
Yes.
Wonderful. Can I borrow those for a moment?
Sure. Do you need like a whole notebook, a few pages?
Just
Just,
a
just...
singular page, perhaps two.
Oh, okay. Is that a nice piece of parchment? Hands it over. Goes down and pulls out a glass, like writing quill, and
Those
and an
fancy ones.
inkwell.
Mirik would like to
Y-
copy the diagram to plane shift that she has
That's
Mm.
fucking cool. All right.
and make a physical copy so that way they can make use of it.
Okay,
S-
interesting.
And Saoirse will swipe some of the black goop from like her hairline and be like,
She sort of like gives this little like pausing finger and like pushes yours back, walks over, grabs one of those empty crystal goblets, and comes back over, and you can see her take out a small like martial arts dart, like a small little spine, and
God.
offers it towards your arm. And you can see her, she like presses the backs of her fingers into your palm and then like snakes her arm around so that your arm is like sort of armbar locked into hers, and she just maintains eye contact while she like slits at the wrist and sort of pours some blood into the chalice.
How close are our faces right now?
Very close.
Yes. Okay. My heart is beating like 60 extra minutes per beat. What? That's backwards. Strike that. Reverse it.
Mhm. She sort of looks down and then like looks back up at you. Good pulse in her language, of course.
Which I
Mirrod's
feel like probably
going to
makes
giving
it sound
Saoirse
too
a
sexy
thumbs
for
up.
What it is.
Mirrod turns back to the gentleman and in Draconic, is this a mating ritual of your kind? Or is she just being extra?
It can be both.
Understandable. These ones are mine. Just kind of like points to the group. Just so we're aware.
Okay.
Pebble's
Okay.
using the tip of the axe to like make drawings in the dirt.
I love it.
We are both blessed with the gift of touch. Any gifts of touch you wish to grant, they are extra. We shall still require the penance of passage. And at that point, she like
Working.
moves her hand out of the way and like grabs onto Saoirse's wrist to sort of like clot the blood. Like there's this little like roll of her fingers, and it's like she's like exercising pressure points with the palm, and you feel the blood just like stop flowing.
That's cool.
Roll.
Ew.
Of course, I spike those d6s. Ah, the cost of lesbianism. You have 10
Indeed.
fewer max hit points right now.
10 fewer.
Oh, jeez.
Temporary
Maxed
override.
Lesbianism.
What is
We'll
so
pay.
44 minus
Thirst
10
is real.
34. I would like to point out, just for everybody else in the room, because not everybody has seen all of my bleeding that happens. Oh, but it is like a thick, viscous, black ooze. Like it's pouring
It's a
from
sack.
my arm, but it's like slow moving and it's like a little too thick, and it's just, if you touched it, you'd probably be like, ew, it's like slimy.
Meanwhile, she apparently seems undaunted, and just with the crystal goblet, just
Like eating an oyster.
yeah, maintaining eye contact the whole time.
Is that a
Can I wipe a smidge of? Can I wipe her black ooze mustache off her face? For her?
This would never be so undignified as a mustache. It's just that one little dribble out the corner.
Just a little bit there.
And you see, as you do that, her irises just go, her pupils just dilate to her whole eyes just turn black. And you now hear, she is still speaking in that language, but you can all understand it as she speaks. Where did I put this?
Hold, please.
Hold on. There we
Hold.
go. Hold. The fifth sun will be the last one of night and day, sleeping and waking. It springs forth from a tree of death to reflect against unlife, dotting the landscape with eternal daylight. But its balm will be rejected, for life craves a warmth of its own choosing. Stronger shepherds must be trained to maintain it, lest our purpose be fulfilled. But all mortals are fools, and time abhors stasis.
You're so right. Honestly, Queen shit.
Ask Master. And everyone but Saoirse. Well, the two that understand language, not Saoirse, and him, all hear. It is thick but tasty.
Thick. That's right. my
Arcus
butt
is still writing, just gives Saoirse a thumbs up.
What was that?
Oh, she liked it. Okay, that's good. Okay, thank you.
Her
Just in
pupils,
her head.
her pupils shrink back down to normal size. Their passage does not interfere with our master's plans.
Oh,
Did the others hear that vision, or was that in her head? I
Everyone
just need
heard
to
that.
know.
She spoke that
Everyone
out
heard
loud.
it.
Arcus was just
Everyone
like
heard that.
writing it down as she was going. She's like, oh, please slow down, I can only write so fast.
Winnie's eyes have doubled in size, and she sets foot on the ground and lands.
Pebble picks her up immediately. What's happening?
Oh no, wife on ground. Wife did not go on ground.
I'm still standing.
Why does that go
but
on ground?
still. I'm just like shock.
Okay. Can you summarize in real people words what the vision was?
I will post it to
Yes.
the Tails Discord and Tails Does Tails
Yes.
channel.
Perfect. I love
so,
it.
So that you don't have to
tracking.
go
Perfect.
back.
Hell yeah. This is why you have a campaign tracking channel. Okay,
Mhm.
that's important.
Pop that Discord into chat. Go join us there for the transcript of that.
Indeed.
Without the
Has
background
Merrick
music.
had enough time to transcribe this, or is it going to take a little longer?
Merrick has had enough time to transcribe this at this point. I will say that because of that time to transcribe it, that's going to be
Another tick.
another tick. Another hour has passed. It's going to be 2 poison damage to Merrick and Saoirse.
Okay.
Damage.
I'll quickly top Saoirse up with a. Oh wait, no. Did you
My
only
max-
take? Yeah, your max. Never mind.
My max is already like it's fine. It'll be fine. It's okay.
Merrick will take this and offer it. This is higher than my magic is capable of, so I cannot create a proper scroll for you. But this diagram will allow you to shift throughout the planes.
And you see his eyes like very quickly look over them. We are not blessed in the arcane, and so will not be able to use this until we find someone who can help us. So there's something more material, something actualized to pay as payment. This is still something. I shall not.
Do you like
consider it
gemstones?
Magic.
Oh, I see.
I have a spell scroll.
They can't use.
Everyone
They can
can
use-
use
Everyone
scrolls.
can
There's
use
just-
scrolls.
They might have to make a check,
Oh,
but
okay,
they
never mind.
can.
Can
Okay, then I misunderstood.
If it is
offer-
if it is all that you have, that is acceptable.
No, we
He
have
said-
more.
He says towards the
There's-
scrolls.
Can I also offer the bear statue? That guy's magic. He's magical.
Which bear statue is this?
From the
You
first place that we were in.
Oh, from the first room? Gotcha. Yeah. Actually, you pull that out, and both of them immediately you should not have taken that.
Probably not. But it was so pretty. I'm giving it back. Look. It's a show of good faith.
It is not ours to handle. Those are not our people.
No. They're people?
They are of those who
You know,
banished us
so-
here.
Oh, they are?
So Narkiss is gonna go into her bag now, and she's gonna pull out her +1 hand crossbow and be like, "Would this suffice?"
He looks at it. A worthy contribution.
Big book.
Okay. Goodbye. That's all. I'm a little
So
delirious.
Narkiss is
I've
gonna
lost a little
look
bit
at the
of
guy just like one time, and she's gonna switch to Quarry as the language. She's just gonna be like, "Have you ever heard of this language before?"
Not before, but now I have. And he speaks it back in Quarry.
That's cool.
Okay. Oh, this is a fantastic to know. She actually pulls out a separate notebook this time, and she's like, "Okay."
A whole different notebook for that.
this is research of this particular cave, which is like the research that she's pulling out now. It's her personal research. She's like, okay, this is good. If he hasn't heard about this before, then that means this language came from a completely
after.
different time.
Mhm.
I
She
love
just
it.
looks so excited. She's like, yes. Oh my gosh, maybe my theory's correct.
Well, we would like to move on, I suppose. Would you guys like to come with us?
We
Welcome
must
to-
stay here until the 5th sun has fallen and the time of eternal darkness returns.
Do you know about how much time maybe we have until then?
As you heard from my sister, the 5th sun comes.
Okay.
Your path is upon it. The
Oh,
first was
okay.
the founding of all creation. From chaos came life. It crumbled too untamed to hold any shape for long. The second sun was when the crystalline spheres were formed, dividing infinity into order. They were broken, one by one, consumed by those who thrive in darkness. The third, from fragments one was made, a single world to be preserved past all others. This is your world, although it has seen turbulence of its own.
So then our time of darkness was the fourth sun.
The fourth darkness. The fourth sun was darkness stillborn as the future was yanked closer before its time. Even ancient mortals should not meddle with such things, as none who die escape foolishness. This is the current time.
Okay, so the fifth sun is approaching. I've got it.
Mhm.
That's why the
Have a
black
shot,
rises, I
Saoirse.
see.
Herald this tiding not with joy, but with endless melancholy. For once darkness is upon us, only those who thrive in it shall survive. The rest will be prey, hunted and gathered, to spawn eternal food for thus that are chosen. And his sister
I
licks her
smile
lips.
at them.
Are you ready to return to your sleep?
So wait, could you accompany us to potentially leave and then go back to sleep, or do you need to be put back to sleep now?
We shall remain here.
Can you draw
Wait.
us a map?
No, please.
Yeah, you could write your phone number on my arm.
Give me your sending stone
Give her
digits,
my
baby.
sending stone
Here,
digits,
let's
yeah.
Send me your sending stone.
We shall await here for the fifth sun's fall. That is our
Well, okay.
purpose.
Then it has been an honor meeting you.
Indeed.
What about us taking your leash out? Don't you want to follow him?
My sister has seen. Your path does not interfere with ours.
Indeed.
Okay.
I love how Haley has
Okay.
absolutely clocked what that prophecy is. It is in
Yes.
total, like, "Fuck" mode.
Merry
It's winning.
Broken me! It's breaking me! I'm like, no!
When we
Myrick got vibes from Dasa's Oats, but wasn't able to completely translate what was going on. So she's
Yeah.
got an idea of what they're talking about, but hasn't quite locked in.
hmm
and
There are
and
things she's
Saoirse-
missing.
Meanwhile, Haley,
Saoirse completely understands, right? That
Sass
this
not.
is happening and the apocalypse is drawing near, and she's just like, okay, cool.
meanwhile,
I'll see
Haley,
you there.
Haley has pulled back the veil, is just staring into the forbidden knowledge, just like, no, don't like this.
Yeah, and I think Winnie's picked it up too. She's
Yeah.
smarter than me.
hmm
Not to agree with you. I love how we
Not to
both
overly
instantly
agree
were
with
like,
you, but like,
yes.
she's got 17 intelligence. She's read all these picture books. Like she snuck into Papa's research. Like she's been
Yeah.
picking up these breadcrumbs, and now she's heard this, and it's like, I don't like how that connects. Too many threads have
Too
connected.
many
with
strings.
That. Mm-mm,
I
don't like that.
officially have the center picture. Like I don't have a big question mark in the center now. I have the picture. I found it. It's pinned to the board.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ladies, and other AFAB folks, you know how when your period is coming and you can kind of just feel it in your body and you know it's gonna happen, and it's like it's gonna happen anyway. That's kind of how Saoirse feels right now. She's just like, the black blood is rising, I suppose, and I guess we just have to rock with it.
And he says, all paths lead out of here. Whether you exit by any door, any path will lead you out. It is a matter of the tools you will need to face that path.
Do you know what lies between us and the exit here through this door?
Which door?
I look at the pretty girl because she sees what hasn't been. I don't know.
The
See
door
us
to
together?
this,
The
connected
door
to this
behind.
room.
Yeah, the door that we did not come through. The one that we would be exiting.
There's two. There's one to the north and there's one to the east.
Shoot.
We go to the north.
North, sure.
Oh, hey, do you know what that floating, zipping around fish is?
Inadra. What does that mean? You know everything, right?
I was not apprised of all of the tomb's contents, only our purpose here and what to await.
Well, if it's still here, it's really annoying. You probably shouldn't follow it.
Good. Well noted. And then she points toward the northern door. That leads to the heavy place. And then to the eastern door. That leads to the stairs.
Stairs down or stairs up?
Stairs.
Both, maybe.
Perhaps both.
Should we check the stairs first?
There is a
Do you
reason
prefer
we
water
were-
or wine?
There is a reason we were placed down here. Tologes is mighty, but what is before you is also mighty. The pantheon of a lost age was set here to imprison him, and to ensure that only the fifth son could break him from his slumber. You have been warned, and this is why we cannot accompany you.
Indeed. We have been warned. Fuck. Well, onwards then, I suppose.
When he's like, we beat him, we're fine. We're stronger than this dude.
This.
Fight some old age god. Let's go. Walk out his
love it.
dungeon. So I'm a god killer. Just gonna say, don't fuck with me. I will cry and kill you.
Technically,
I
we
am
are.
the
Mhm.
We
daughter
face
of
the
a
gods
god.
of an age.
A dead god.
Don't fuck with me, I'll cry. I need it on a t-shirt.
That's great.
Right.
That's a solid.
That's the next merch.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with me, I will cry. And it will be gross because it will be
And
the
it'll
same
just be
text.
like a nat one.
Mm.
Okay.
Amazing.
To the stairs!
To the stairs?
I'd rather the stairs than the heavy
Sleep.
room, Winnie
No sleep.
says. As she
Do
stands.
you need assistance?
Can
Sleep.
I?
Real quick.
Sleep would be best if you have wine or water.
We have water. Are you able to druid craft it into wine?
Yes, I can.
I
That's
think
a
that's
good
a separate
question.
spell. I think that's Jesus craft.
Yes. I think that's Christian craft. I think that's Christian craft.
Christian craft.
Press Christitation.
Druids did it first.
Christidigitation.
Yes! I'm sorry.
Incredible.
Would any of my kits, the many kits that I have some sort of alcohol in them?
You could absolutely. It would be like rubbing alcohol, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
For it, but you could absolutely like. It's not hard for like what y'all have to like whip up a quick tincture of this stuff.
Oh, I could create some water. Just create water. It starts raining.
You could, yeah. Honestly, by the way, something we've not been tracking at this point, like you probably are getting low on your supplies of like water and your water skins. Like you've been in here for 37 hours, so it's like might be
Does
feeling a
anybody
little
have
parched.
Does anybody have a bowl?
I thought-
could use?
Oh yeah,
Like a
you
large.
Didn't we?
re-upped at Dawson's
Didn't we
Roach's
refill
little
at the-
pool. Yes, you
Yeah,
re-upped at
so we
Dawson's
all
Roach's
have
pool.
water.
Yes, you've got water.
Can I go over to the girl's bed and druidcraft moss on her pillow so that it's softer?
You can, yeah.
That's all. Then I'll go over to the door.
Give me another. At this point, you can roll straight. That's ironic. You can.
I was about to say roll
I
gay.
don't roll
We were-
straight.
You don't
I
roll straight.
roll.
Give me just a regular gay language roll.
Okay, a gay language roll.
Not disadvantage.
I speak gay language so well.
Yep. Oh man.
13 plus 6 is 19.
Nice.
Eh.
And she just like looks up like as you were like crafting like the druid craft like the moss. She like just like has her fingers traipse like down your forearm. And is just like, I hope you survive the beginnings of it. Maybe you could join us in the eternal darkness.
Really? I I'll seek you out if I do. You'll be here, yes?
I will find you. I have tasted
Okay.
your blood and can follow you.
Oh, love it. So you can always just hit me up whenever. That's wonderful. Very convenient.
This
Mira
doesn't
just
look
wants
like
to
a
share a
toxic
look with the
lesbianism.
Like, this is what you put up with. Kind of look.
Okay, deep breath. Whew, we're good. I got
Recenter?
this. It's fine. Yes. I'll keep an eye out for you. For sure.
She gives a little look
Seriously,
over
to
to the
you
other.
all lesbian back into this place.
She gives a
Look
look to the
around.
other guy that's a little bit of this like, do we have to go to sleep right away? And he's just like, I don't care. And it's just like,
He's like, I'm going the fuck to sleep.
yep.
I'm outie.
It's very much a look of like, I'm going back to sleep if you're going to, not in this room, because I'm aware.
Not in this room. Okay, go back to the dead hallway.
Yes.
Where all the zombies are.
Do you
How
need a
fitting.
moment? Do we need to give you an evening? I don't know that we have an evening.
What does that mean? What would that mean? I would love to have a long, interesting conversation.
You do seem to be choking on the air, which would stymie things. I like to take my time.
Oh dear. I don't know what that means, but okay.
We will inform you upon our exit.
Indeed. Okay. Okay.
And then just
think
kind
Benny
of
has a picture
Merrick's
book.
gonna right.
What was
Merrick's
that?
just gonna hands over ear Saoirse. They're a little new to everything.
Those are the best. Lots to learn.
Lots to teach.
Hey, she gets me.
Ah, I love it. Okay. Well, call me.
In case people have forgotten, Narkissa is a huge slut.
We are making this
Narkissa is.
we are making this dungeon so much gayer than any of the old farts who wrote it. I love it.
So-
This is incredible.
I have to say, I think it's very funny that we went directly from Narcissa's evil exes to a dungeon where Saoirse's trying to get with
Do
everything.
everything.
Bang! All of the clearly evil people.
Like, at least like Winnie's like, oh, okay, it doesn't matter. We might be evil.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. What is my background? Yeah, I'm chaotic.
To be
neutral,
fair,
it's fine.
evil in their time could be perfectly morally aligned to
No.
our current time.
No, it's not.
Oh
Why
man.
did I?
And
At some
before
point,
we leave,
I
can,
typed a 5 in, and I don't know if I needed to take that as damage or not. But I typed a 5 in.
What was that?
What was the 5 for?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. I have no idea either.
I typed it into my healing and the little heal damage thing on D&D
I
Beyond.
think you were taking poison
I
damage.
Yeah.
probably took poison damage, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't. I don't think it was 5. I think it was like 2 or something on the last round. So I think you're good where you are.
Okay.
Okay, what were you saying, Danny?
Go ahead, yeah.
before he goes to sleep, Pebble like kind of reaches up and like taps him. He goes, "Hey, as someone who's been, underground for a really long time, and then went up there, watch out for corpses falling from the sky. It's very alarming."
Those are my cousins.
That is good to know.
What?
We shall be prepared for it.
Yeah.
I have
Okay.
a very interesting
welcome.
family tree.
Merrick's going to set the diagram down, put like the poison vial on top of it so that way it's held, and just
Yep.
here you are.
And
When
they
you
both-
find someone who can do it.
Good sleep.
and they both drink of the chalices and sort of like in that very like they don't just like pass out. Of course they have to like both of them just sort of like dramatically like it's very much playing up the like
Romeo and
we are,
Juliet.
we are these creatures of sensuous undeath, like just laying out themselves on these divans, snuggling
Are
her
the
head into
snake
this
skins
into this
still on the floor?
the snake skins were on the floor. They pull them up over themselves to like drape
Okay.
themselves in these snake skins.
Oh, they're dust covers.
They are dust. They're snakeskin
They're
dust covers, basically.
I love
yeah.
it.
Eric's like, oh, okay, I
That way-
understand now.
That way they wake up
Ethereal
ready to go.
shroud.
No bath needed, but probably should still have it.
Probably should still have it.
I
Okay.
didn't
Did it
understand
smell
most of what
musty
they were
when
saying.
she was up close to me? Did it smell musty? Did she smell musty, or did she smell lovely?
She smelt of like
Lilac and gooseberries.
lilac and gooseberries. No, she smelt of like oh man, this is did anyone now I'm even forgetting the name, but it was Ewan McGregor played the role of that like fashion designer, and when he went to like make the perfume, like he took like his boyfriend's jock strap and like a cigarette and like had these like just these like smells that if you said it smells like this, you would be like, ugh! But like under a certain context, it's just like, ooh, yes, give me more of that. And there, it like her smell was of like iron and ancientness and like sort of like old
Books.
sleep sweat and like that like musk of someone who it's a warm summer's day and they're perspiring just the right amount to glisten,
Mhm.
but it is still
like,
perspiration. Yeah.
A sultry kind of musk.
Yes. Very
Okay.
like not a smell
Intoxicating.
that you would write down and be like, oh, a pleasant smell, but a smell that lived in is yes.
Is
Is
solid. I got you.
correct.
Yeah.
It's a smell that I would be like, if it was my partner, right? You
Mhm.
lean into their hair and you give it a smell or whatever, you know. You're
Yes.
just like comfort. Wow.
Yeah.
I got you.
Which oddly enough, fun fact for the day, the reason that like BO of someone that you are attracted to might smell good is because that's your body saying they have a complementary immune palette to you. Their immune system covers different things than yours, so your nose interprets it as smelling good.
Indeed. So you would make great babies
Exactly.
together.
Your
Which
babies
is so
would
funny when you're two women or two
Yep.
men, because you're like, oh,
this organ works. It doesn't understand.
it doesn't
It's not
understand.
gonna happen. But who cares?
But who cares? Look, if you did make babies, they would be beautiful, perfect babies.
I mean, we need to just have the magical technology to have same-sex babies. Come on,
Exactly.
we're in an
Moving
age.
forward.
Well,
We're
that's what
opening
Moon
the
Mommy
door.
was working on, I think. I think
N-
she was working on developing her own, you know, being able to have her own babies by
Mhm.
herself.
Mm.
And that's why I'm here. I'm a miracle.
Necklace of alter self. And just
No.
As we're like going through the doors, Winnie doesn't really understand the nuances of not flying, and so she just steps on the table and then steps back down onto the ground.
just
So if
goes
things
over
fall
it.
off and yeah, so if things knock over, that happens.
I'm gonna say that you're dexterous enough that like unless you're purposefully knocking over stuff, you could do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all walk out of that room into a new hallway. Let's go to the map so that everyone can see where you are progressing.
Woo!
I think Pebble is very alarmed that Winnie is walking on the ground.
I'm gonna hold Pebble's
She
hand.
does not know what to do.
Oh, that's sweet. I love that.
I'm going to shut the door very quietly, like somebody with PTSD from their parents yelling at them.
Oh, God, stop slamming the doors! I'm not slamming.
It's a very specific memory.
Yeah.
Haley gets me. She
Haley.
understands.
Yeah, I do. I get it.
Haley understands.
Alrighty. Y'all are moving forward. Y'all get into that next room.
I love that Pebble and I are moving 5
I
feet
love
at
it
a
so
time.
much. Boop, boop. It's so cute. It is the most wholesome. Very
You guys are adorable.
lovely, lovely, lovely. Let me get ready to give you flavor text for that room. Bop, 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 a doop, a doop, doop. Okay. Ooh,
You know,
yes.
I could
Merrick just
How
opens it.
concentration.
She's done.
What the fuck?
You know, if that door was trapped, I would be giving you shit.
The game's paused!
The
The
game
game's
is paused. The game is paused.
Oh.
Let me give you some flavor text for this room. You open the door, and immediately a bitter stench assails your senses as you lay eyes on the room ahead. Inside, there are piles of rubbish, offal, and bracken just strewn across almost every surface. It looks like the sort of like a what we would interpret as like a garbage disposal place. It's just these mounds of piled up just grossness. But in amongst the grossness, there are these ghostly red and orange lights that just sort of like crawl and bobble across these mounds of trash. And as you look a little bit closer, you realize that this light is being emitted by these large beetles, their abdomens just sort of glowing with internal light. There seem to be about a dozen of them, sort of just meandering about, and they don't appear to take notice of you. From within the largest trash piles, kind of near you, you can see a bunch of them sort of like clustered up, and within there is the glint of something shiny.
Can I turn into one?
Let me see. What are these dudes? What's your
Gonna
CR limit on? Oh yeah, you actually, yes, you could turn into one of these guys. Yeah.
I turn into one.
The
Immediately.
token light is actually pulsing in the abdomen, and that's really fucking cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What am I, Matt? What am I?
What am
Well done.
I?
What am I?
So yeah, I love the foundry lighting effects. So you can see like there's just a little bit of glow going on here. So yeah, you open the door, see this weird like trash dump of a room with all these beetles skittering and crawling and glowing everywhere. There's a pile with what is clearly like a noticeably shiny object stuck into one of these trash piles.
I'm gonna toddle up as one of them and try to go see what the shiny is.
What I want to do is you toddle up to see what that shiny is. And it looks to be a sort of like broken down, rusted dagger. Like it doesn't look high quality at all. It looks strange. And there is this sense of it of like where rot and power meet. And it is with that sensation that I want our visions to journey elsewhere. Into a long hallway, opulent and tall. Banners flutter down, and a small little figure with little horns curling back, little two toes and claws at the back, just skipping down the hall. We see on either side figures in the darkness, bushy white beard and mustache creatures with jagged square teeth and red hats that look a little bit wet. Look over and sort of furrow their brow, glare at this little thing that's too happy to be entering this space. We see a tall, beetle-like armored creature that is somewhere between angel and insect in its countenance. Turn and regard this little skipping quasit that is marching down the center hall. And at the end, we see this looming throne moving up off of the ground. Long banners of purples and reds, blood reds, silken fibers strewn all across in this mishmash that gives the sensation of royal tapestry ruined through age and purposeful tearing and then resewing. Atop the throne, there is a porcelain-skinned woman, her face set in almost a mask. Long fingernails tapping on the arm of a chair. You were not announced. What do you want, little thing? Sorry. I'm not really used to the courtliness. My name is Jot, and I thought you would like to know something. I bring you a gift. And in his little fingers twirls a small lock of hair. Winnie's hair.
Oh.
And we are going to pause right there and pick up next time with what's happening in this weird trash room with fire beetles and what's Jot doing. Jot's got his own side quest? What? They picked him up for a sideshow. He's got his own spinoff.
Bro. That's cool. I love it. What is John doing with your hair, Winnie?
Woo!
I'm giving it to you.
Why does Matt describe women so dang hot?
Because I like women.
Because I like women.
I really like women. I know how to describe. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. That voice needs
I
to
know
go
how
away.
to describe a queen.
Yes.
She breasting boobily down the stairs.
Let me worship you. Oh, no.
Step on me, please.
Hey, you
Amazing.
guys.
I'm ready for
Oh.
it to
Are
be
you ready for
tomorrow.
more tales?
We got some good reveals in that app. We got some cool prophecies.
good.
We got some little flash to whatever Jot's doing. Yeah. I'm excited. We're getting into some deep plot. We're getting into some big plot. I am eager to see you put the pieces together and see what happens as we continue to work our way up. You are getting close to the first big transition in this dungeon out of the lower tier and into the next tier of the dungeon. This map is ginormous, but you are working your way through it, and I'm excited to see what happens next. Great job parlaying with the two monks of Zodzillaha. That could have been a combat encounter if you've been more aggressive or didn't want to give them a gift. Instead, it was just a highly flirtatious, weird, blood-sucking prophecy encounter. And
Yeah,
boy,
it's
do we
great.
stand those on this show.
We
Thank you.
stand them.
Thank you to everybody tuning in. Thank you to my amazing players for telling this tale with me. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. We return to Fabula Ultima, the Tales of Carwin. Hopefully you tuned in last night to Total Party Chaos, but will you all be back next week for more Total Party Chaos? Okay, excellent. So more TPK
We got the
next
gala on.
week. Ooh, the gala. Get in there. Get all
gala.
fancy. But yeah, check out our Patreon for the brand new podcast that is coming out. Check out our Discord if you would like to sync up and throw in your theories about what the heck is happening with this big plot. What's Jot up to? What's Jot doing? What's with this fifth son? What's going on over there? This is too many sons. What's all happening? And until next time, are you ready for more tales?
Always.
Everybody stick around for a raid. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.